Since September 2019, graduate researchers of the Conjugal Slavery and War Partnership Project, or CSiW, CSiW project partners, and York University Library's Digital Scholarship Center have been collaborating to develop a Scalar project tracking responses to the Canadian Museum for Human Rights exhibit and its traveling counterpart, Ododo Wa, Stories of Girls in War. Scalar is an open-source web platform developed by the Alliance for Networking Visual Culture. It enables users to assemble media from multiple sources. Users can juxtapose media with writing and create mini-narratives and nonlinear formats with minimal technical expertise. Ododo Wa, which means Our Stories in Acholi, centers the stories of Grace Achan and Evelyn Amone. Achan and Amone are survivors of abduction and forced marriage in war, and they have written memoirs about their experiences. CSiW, Achan, Amone, and Canadian Museum for Human Rights curator Isabelle Masson worked closely together for years to develop the exhibit. It launched October 2019, and a traveling version supported by the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council Connection and Partnership grants launched in Uganda in December 2019. The traveling exhibit includes 2 iPads on stands to house the Scalar project for the exhibit audience and for screening original short films about Achan's and Amone's stories. The traveling exhibit's tour events are paired with facilitated community dialogues. Sarah York-Bertram, a York University PhD candidate, received a graduate assistant placement to lead the Scalar project with the support of York University Library's Digital Scholarship Center and advising by York University PhD candidate and digital humanities practitioner Denise Challenger. Those involved with the Scalar project knew voice would be central to the project, that the project would continue the established survivor-centered approach that directed the exhibit's development. We also knew it would continue to prioritize Achan's and Amone's narrative ownership. Following the launches, Sarah reviewed content documenting the events and responses to the exhibit. What stood out most was the high-quality audio recording the Canadian Museum for Human Rights developed during the exhibit launch. Scalar supports a unique media annotation feature that allows users to develop relationships between different types of media content. The Ododo Wa Scalar project leverages this feature to meet the project's needs. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, the Scalar project offered a digital space for distant collaboration. Through strategic investment, the Scalar team's capacity grew, as did our mandate to collaboratively develop original content with Achan, Amone, and CSiW project partners. We conducted a news media analysis and developed a summarized version for the Scalar project using paths to create mini-narratives. Through media analysis of news reports, we learned that perspectives on and responses to the Ododo Wa Stories of Girls in War exhibit flows in a strategic direction, reflecting its survivor-centered approach and pedagogy. The findings offered a framework for organizing the Scalar project and created space for engaging its audience further, such as the section where Achan and Amone reflect on their experience talking with news media. Achan and Amone also co-authored original reflections about their experiences presenting the exhibit in Uganda, which can be found in the Survivors section of the project. Achan's and Amone's parents contributed to the Scalar project in the Affected Communities section, reflecting the intergenerational impacts of conjugal slavery and war. CSiW project partners made significant contributions to the project as well, such as the Refugee Law Project and Julieta Doach, who wrote an original reflection on her experience facilitating community dialogues around the traveling exhibit in Uganda. During the summer of 2021, York University undergraduate student Lorenzo Serravalle designed the project's cover, background, and 2 digital drawings that emerge from place-based perspectives that anchor the exhibit in its regional context. CSiW's partnership with York University Library's Digital Scholarship Center was founded on a commitment to building a community of practice around open access digital projects at York University. It is in that spirit that this workshop has come about during York University's Open Access Week. In the next section of the workshop, Sarah will show how to develop relationships between digital audio recordings and digital images on the Scalar platform.